Hello everyone, good morning, how are you all? So yes, today we are going to discuss about, am I audible? Yeah, so good morning everyone. Am I audible? Can you please confirm me? And yes, today we are going to discuss the questions which were previously asked in several SSC examinations, which are from CPO, which are from CHSL, which are even from MTS. I have kept all the questions which were repeatedly asked in the examinations and are very important, because you can see that these are the questions which are again and again repeating, especially from this metallurgy part. So before starting these question answer sessions, let me ask, is everything clear for the periodic table and that chemical bonding? If that is clear, it would be easier to understand this section as well. How? Let me tell you. If I'm talking about periodic table, that means I'm talking about 118 elements, which were including metals, non-metals, metalloids. Now, when we're talking about these metals and non-metals, we must be getting them from somewhere, right? So, when we are actually extracting them, we are using what? We are using several processes where we can talk about calcination, we can talk about roasting, right? So, okay, when we are talking about this metallurgy part, before starting this topic, let me tell you, today we are going to cover the metals extraction location, that is your ores and minerals. And yes, we'll be talking about some of the processes as well. But yes, all the questions were previously asked. So we have Vikramaditya over here. Hello Vikramaditya, good afternoon. So without any delay, let's start with the first question. The first question is, major portion of the earth's crust is mainly consisting by what? So major portion of the earth's crust is mainly constituted by what? So we have four options here: oxygen iron, oxygen silicon, silicon iron, silicon aluminium. What is the correct answer? Now yes, this question is very important and it is from CHSL. And yes, it plays a significant role in the other examinations as well. So answer please. Answer please. Major portion of the earth crust mainly constituted by oxygen iron, oxygen silicon, silicon iron or silicon aluminium. What is the correct answer? So Vikramaditya and all the others who are there in the session, kindly start commenting so that we can start understanding the concepts which are very important. And Vikramaditya has given the answer, so that the answer is going to be C. And we have here Ganesh as well. So hello Ganesh, good afternoon. So Ganesh, what is your answer? So yes, here if I'll talk about oxygen silicon, that is correct answer. Let me tell you about this silicon. If I'll talk about silicon, where we use it, silicons are actually used in the mobile phones, or we can talk about motherboards, right? That is, we can discuss about those semiconductor devices where we're talking about silicon. So please remember, oxygen and silicon would be the correct answer here. And yes, it is an important question. As soon as we see here silicon and iron, we go with that. But yes, the correct answer is going to be silicon and oxygen. Okay, next question please. The most abundant metal in the earth crust is dash. Now this question is from CHSL and also from CGL. But answer please. Most abundant metal in the earth's crust is what? So is it zinc, copper, aluminium or iron? What is the correct answer over here? Answer please. Please give answer in the super fast manner so that we can proceed with all the other questions which are important. Answer please. And I'll be having another question which is going to confuse you. Now this question, not only this, one more question which will be coming after this. Both of the questions are very important. So Ganesh is saying, sir, it would be copper. Okay, Ganesh. So what about Vikramaditya? What do you think? Is this copper correct answer for this, or we should have another option? Vikramaditya, I want the answer because I have some explanation part over here. Before having a look at this, okay. So Vikramaditya is also with C here. Okay. So Ganesh, here Vikramaditya is correct. Vikramaditya, awesome. And Ganesh, no worries. You must have thought something. If you're saying copper, let me tell you, where are we using this copper? We actually use this copper in our wires, right? For the electricity conduction, we are using it in the wire. But the best part, the best metal which we can use, or best element that we can use is what? The best element would be silver. But the thing is that silver is quite costlier. That's why we are going with copper. But yes, if I talk about the most abundant metal, that is actually your aluminium. Very important part. Now, there's one more question. The next question will come. Yeah, that's true. The next question, which is important, let's have a look here. The most abundant element on the earth is dash. So here we have aluminium, silicon, oxygen, nitrogen. Answer please. Now you must be wondering, sir, both the equations are same. Why are you asking again and again? I'll be telling you about that, but before that I want the answer. Please. There's a lot to explain here. So aluminium is used in making doors, drums, right? There are many locations. Even you can talk about some of the utensils, right? If we'll go to the UP Bihar region, for example, mine region, northern India part, for the aluminium we call it silver. It's not actually silver, but still our grandmothers called it silver ka bartan hai, right? So yes, we have Vikramaditya here, and Vikramaditya is with option C. Ganesh, what do you think? What would be the correct answer? Vikramaditya is with option C. And yes, please do not go with each other's answer, because if you will go with each other's answer, you will not be gaining anything. I want to just use these concepts and put into your head. Yeah. So Vikramaditya is saying, so the answer is going to be oxygen. What was the basic difference between both the equations, the previous one and the present one? Just have a look at the word, that is element. And there, what we were using word? That was metal. So there's a difference between both the terms, right? So whenever you are there, Ganesh, whenever you are there in the examination, please focus on each and every word. Just have a look. Here we are asked about element, and in the previous question we were asked about metal. Let's go back to the previous question first. The previously asked question was, the most abundant metal in the earth crust is what? Most abundant metal in the earth crust. So most abundant metal in the earth crust was aluminium. Now let me tell you about metal. We were discussing about elements, right? How many are they? They were 118 in the modern periodic table. So they are actually classified into metals, non-metals, and obviously metalloids. So if I'll classify them into metal, non-metals, metals were who? Those were actually donating the electrons. They were donating the electrons. Their work is to donate electrons, and their work is to accept the electron in order to complete the outermost shell. Remember that part? So here it was asked about metal. So accordingly, with these options, aluminum was correct. But here the question is asked about the most abundant element on the earth. So here the correct answer is going to be oxygen. Please remember, Vikramaditya, very good. Your answer was totally correct. And Ganesh, please remember this part. It's very important. Okay. So yes, oxygen would be the correct answer here. Next. Which of the following metal is found in the free state? So is it copper, iron, tin or lead? Yes, Ganesh. If I talk about Mendeleev was the one in whose head this idea actually originated. But the issue was, he was using the logic of atomic masses. But Moseley actually is resolved all those issues, and Moseley told that we are going to arrange this periodic table in accordance with the atomic numbers. Right? So okay, your answer was correct. But yeah, answer for this one. Which of the following metal is found in free state? Is it copper, iron, tin, lead? What is the correct answer for this? Answer please. Free state. Answer in the super fast manner, please. I guess I'm getting your comments quite late. Yeah. So Vikramaditya is with A, that is copper. Ganesh, are you also with the same concept? See, please remember, when I'm talking about free state, this means what? They are not going to react with the air. Now, if I talk about this copper, it is not going to react with air. True. So here you can talk about not only about this copper, you can talk about gold, you can talk about platinum, right? So gold, platinum, copper, all these are what? They are not going to react with air, right? So we can say that they are actually found in free state. Simple logic. What's the answer here? If I'll go with option A, that is copper, it would be the correct answer. Ganesh, got my point? So please, these are the basic things we must be aware of. Okay, so copper is actually the metal which is found in the free state, right? Apart from that, if you want other elements also, then I'll write for you. We can take gold, fine? Or you can talk about silver, you can talk about platinum. So these are going to be the correct answers. Very important part, okay? All these questions are previously asked. The thing is that I have not written here because you will be getting confused. Sir, it is only asked in the CHSL. No, not only CHSL. There are other examinations as well, right? Okay. So yes, here copper is the correct answer. Ganesh, I'm not getting your comment. I want your comment. Next. So this is the periodic table. We have totally understood. If I'll go with this starting part, they are actually donating the electrons. They are actually metals, right? And here we are having non-metals. But one more thing. There's a question which I'll ask again tomorrow when I'll be having questions from metal and non-metals part. Right now I want the answer. Can you tell me if I'm going with this part, only this part till here, only 13th group, 1 to 13th. Can you tell me any of the non-metal which is present here? Vikramaditya, Ganesh, everyone. Now this question is very important because there is some reason. Can you answer me this? Answer please. My question is, I am asking you, if I'll go between group 1 till 13, can you give me the example of any one of the non-metal? It's very important. That's why I'm asking. There is one of the element, and that too, the first element in the group with atomic number 1. That's what? Hydrogen. We think that, see, here we have first group, second group. Obviously, they all are going to be metals, but no. Here, one of the element is not metal. What's that? Can you answer me? Waiting for the answer, please. Which is that particular element here that's not metal? So let's see who will answer this. Ganesh, Vikramaditya. Who is going to answer this? I have already given you many of the hints. Vikramaditya, I guess I'm again getting your comments quite late. Yeah, that's true. Vikramaditya is totally correct. Ganesh, try to understand. Vikramaditya is saying, sir, hydrogen will be a non-metal. True. But why? There's a logic behind everything. Let's try to understand the logic. What if I say hydrogen is having atomic number 1? This means what? This means that hydrogen is only going to have 1 electron. True? Just think of the scenario. Hydrogen is having only 1 electron, and what is the work of metals? Metals are the ones which are donating the electrons. But is it possible for hydrogen to donate the electron? Just think. It is only and only having 1 electron. How can he donate? Can hydrogen donate the electron? No. It will actually requiring the electron in order to complete this duet. It is not having any extra electron to give, right? It is only having 1 electron. That's why it is actually needing the electron. That's why we'll say that hydrogen is actually non-metal. Very important. Got my point? Yeah. So, hello Chinmay, how are you? So, yes, valency 1 resembles halogen. It's not like that. I'll just tell you, Vikramaditya, if I'll talk about valency 1 now, here we can talk about group 1 also. There also valency 1 is required. So, for the group 1 and group 17th, both are having valency 1. But the thing is that group 17th is consisting of non-metals because they require 1 electron to complete their outermost shell. And group 1 is actually requiring to donate the electron in order to complete their outermost shell. So, there is a difference between two. Valency is 1 for both. Chinmay, Ganesh, are you getting this point? Okay. So, yes, hydrogen is what? Hydrogen is actually the non-metal. Next question, please. Hematite is an ore of dash. Now, we are talking about ores and minerals. So, yes, what are ores? Ores are those particular parts from which we are actually extracting those metals, right? Okay. So, answer please. Hematite is an ore of dash. Now, I'll be linking biology also over here. But before that, I want the answer. Ganesh, your answer was correct. That is hydrogen. Totally correct. So, Chinmay, are all these things clear? Periodic table, then chemical bonding, and then we have discussed why hydrogen is actually a non-metal in spite of being placed at first group. So, all these logics are clear. If they are clear, let's move forward now. Hematite is the ore of what? Hematite is an ore or mineral of what? Is it zinc, iron, lead, manganese? Very basic question, but yes, we will be having 2 more questions from this part. So here Vikramaditya, are you with C for this option or for the previous question? I guess C is for previous question, right? Yeah. So Vikramaditya is going with iron. So Chinmay, Ganesh, are you also with the same answer? Are you also with iron? Yes, totally correct, Vikramaditya. If I talk about this hematite ore, it is actually an ore of iron. That is option number B will be correct. Now from this word, just have a look. Heme. Can we try to relate it with hemoglobin? Hemoglobin, remember, where is it present? In our blood. and the blood's color is red because of the presence of hemoglobin. And we say that iron is important in our body, right? So yes, Ganesh, Chinmay, Vikramaditya, you all are correct. The correct answer is going to be iron. Next question, please. Uh, Chromite is an ore of dash. Now, this one can be related with the option itself. So yes, chromite is an ore of what? So is it zinc, uranium, titanium or chromium? What is going to be the correct answer? From the option itself, you will be telling the answer. Yeah, answer please. And everyone who is there in the session, kindly start to give response so that we can go in the depth with all these. Answer please. Yeah, totally correct, Vikramaditya. And yes, if I'm talking about that particular blood, remember, that's what we are talking about RBC over there. We'll again come with the bio part after finishing this chemistry, don't worry. But yes, answer for this please. Chromite is an ore or mineral of dash. Now from the option itself you can relate. Just try to have a look. Chrome. Can you relate it? Yeah, obviously option D is going to be the correct answer, that is chromium. So chromium is actually obtained from chromite. So chromite is actually the ore of chromium. Simple. Okay. For this you will be having zincite and all. Okay, next please. So we have Exampur official application, which is one-stop solution for all the government job aspirants. So how, why? Because we are having live paid courses with the test series, free subject-wise, topic-wise quiz with the report card. Then we have job alerts, admit card, examination date, all exams previous year PDFs with the solution. Then free All India scholarship test with the report card. Then we have topic-wise free live classes, free full-length and sectional test with the report card, free exam-wise PDFs and practice at PDF. Then we have different current affairs, that is daily, weekly, monthly current affair, and yes, unlimited subject-wise practice questions. From where you will download it, just go to the Play Store, type Exampur over there, click on the install button, click on the open part, click on the registration part, just do the registration and start using it. And yes, from if I'll talk about the Mission Vardi batch, which is going on for the Hindi medium candidates, you can join that, and those classes are going on the Exampur official application. Okay, so yes, now next question is, malachite is an ore of what? Malachite is an ore of what? So is it lead, manganese, mercury or copper? What is the correct answer? Answer please. Malachite is an ore of what? So Vikramaditya is with D. Okay, you were for D for the last question, right? But everyone, and Chinmay, Ganesh and everyone, please try to give the answers. I assure you, if you are wrong here, 100% you will be correct in your main examination. Because once we are wrong here, we try to just relate it. Okay, that time I was wrong and that time I gave this answer. And this is from the experience part I'm telling you. Please try to converse it with me. You will be getting a lot of those particular things. Maybe those tricks which I can tell you and easily you can remember this. If you will give me answers, I'll be giving trick for each and every question. Let's see who gives this answer. So yes, Vikramaditya is with copper and that's totally correct. That is option number D is the correct answer. Awesome, Vikramaditya. Malachite is an ore of copper. Next. Cinnabar is an ore or mineral of dash. Now this question is not only asked in CGL, it is from CHSL, then this is from CPO, then it is from MTS and it is also from CGL. So this question is asked in all the examinations, obviously in different years. So Ganesh is with, Ganesh, I guess I'm getting your comments quite late. Can you refresh it and then give me answer please? If you with copper in the last question, you were absolutely correct. But what about this question? Question which is asked in almost all the examinations. So what is the answer please? Cinnabar is an ore of dash. Very important question. So Vikramaditya is with mercury. Okay. So Ganesh, Chinmay and all the others, are you also with mercury? If you are with mercury, awesome. Mercury is the correct answer. Please remember, Cinnabar is an ore or mineral of mercury. Now, one more thing is there. If this mercury enters into a body, what is going to happen? Now, it's not like that Spider-Man, that spider is coming and biting and we are becoming Spider-Man. If ant is just biting, we are becoming Ant-Man. So, it's not like that if mercury will enter into a body, we will become Mercury Man. No, it's not like that. It is actually poisonous. Very important, please remember. Mercury is actually poisonous But if it enters into our body, we can face some issue. Now, can you tell me what's that issue? Can you tell me what's that issue? Very important question. I'm putting double star over here. I'll be telling about it in the chemistry in everyday life again. So, Chinmay, your answer is totally correct. Great. So, if I talk about mercury, if enters into a body, it will lead to an issue that is known as mini meta. Please remember, mini meta. Very, very important. So, I'm writing here, it's actually a disease. And we are using this mercury, we are aware of. If I'll talk about thermometers. In thermometers, we are using this mercury. Got my point? Yeah, totally correct. Totally correct, Ramayatya. So it's poisonous and you're not gonna digest it. Okay. So next question, please. Aluminium is extracted from where? Is it mica? Is it copper, bauxite, or gold? What is the correct answer for this? Great, Vikramaditya. Awesome. Ganesh, I'm waiting for your answers, please. So you can get SSC CGL 2023 batch. We have comment which is present here in the comment section. You can just click and get to know about it. Yeah. So aluminum is extracted from where? Is it mica, copper, bauxite, or gold? What is the correct answer? Now it is quite easier because if I try to eliminate the option, I know that it is actually a metal, right? So if I'll go with this part, these are elements, these are not ores. So we can directly eliminate it. Now Vikramaditya has already given the answer and that's totally correct. What is the correct answer? The correct answer is going to be bauxite. So it happens many times in the examination that some of the options can directly be eliminated. Not only for this particular part of chemistry, for bio, for physics, for whole GS, and even in other subjects as well. This elimination of the these options plays a significant role in the examination. So this all will come with the practice. So please have your test series along with you. On the daily basis, please start giving tests. So that's true. Aluminium is extracted from bauxite. So it would be our ore. Fine. Now, which of the following is commonly used material that is not a alloy? Now, what is alloy? I'll tell you. Alloy is actually the mixture of metals or non-metals, right? That is, we can talk about the mixture of elements in short. So now, we are asked which of the following is not an alloy. This means there will be three options which are only and only elements. There is no such mixture present. We have understood the periodic table, we understood the chemical bonding. So we had only two lectures, but we are clear with the elements, metals, non-metals, right? Now, my question is, which of the following is not an alloy? This means if I'll go with these options, one option would be there which is actually a element, right? So Chinmay has given answer, so it would be steel. Chinmay, are you with the same question or you are talking about the previous question? Because I guess I'm getting your comments quite late. If possible, just refresh the video so that we can have a live conversation. Yeah, Vikramaditya, your answer please. What I was telling, which of the following is not an alloy? That means not an alloy means it may be some element and it will be present in those 118 elements which are present in periodic table. And we have seen this periodic table where we are having copper, right? So since copper is an element, so it is not an alloy. These three are alloys. Now if I'll talk about steel, it is consisting of what? We have iron, we have chromium, then we have nickel and even carbon dioxide. If I'll talk about brass, it is consisting of copper and zinc. If I talk about bronze, it would be consisting of copper, right? So yes, if I talk about these particular parts, so it is consisting of one minimum two or more than two elements, right? But copper is the one which is actually an element. So is it okay? Okay. So yes, it would be copper and tin. So okay, this is the part which is there in 118 elements. And yes, it is not an alloy. So option number D is going to be the correct answer. And don't worry, I'm going to tell you all these tricks. I know you must be thinking, sir, how to remember this part, right? So we have trick for each and everything. We'll be having other questions as well. Let's have a look. Next question is, bronze is an alloy of dash. Bronze is an alloy of dash. Now let's see who gives this answer. Chinmay Vikramaditya. Chinmay, you are totally correct. Awesome. So answer please. Bronze is an alloy of dash. Now this question, if you think it is going to be difficult, no, we have trick for each and everything, but before that I want the answer from everyone. What is the answer? Answer please. Yes, my question is, bronze is an alloy of dash. We have understood what is the element. Then elements were classified into metals, non-metals, metalloids. We have understood metals, which were donating the electrons, non-metals accepting the electrons. Then we have even understood about those alloys. That is the combination of more than one element, right? So Vikramaditya is going with C, that is copper and tin. I've just told about this, right? Chinmay, your answer please. And Ganesh, if you are in the session, I want your answer as well. So when we are talking about bronze, just have a look at the starting word, bro. Vikramaditya, have you ever used this word bro with your friends? Yeah, bro, how are you? So if I talk about this bro, so during the lockdown time, we were asked not to shake hands. Actually, we were at our homes, but still, the new concept that actually came was what? We Indians were using this namaste from such a long time, and this was the thing which we could actually use again. So in spite of doing that, bro, how are you? We can do what? Bro, how are you? So this is what? Koti koti pranam, right? So bro के साथ हम क्या कर सकते हैं? Bro, pranam, koti koti pranam. What I'm saying? Bro, koti koti pranam. Just have a look. Bro, आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. That means I'm talking about namaste. So bro, आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. That is option number C is going to be the correct answer. In this manner, what we can do, we can try to create any kind of trick which will be very, very useful in the examination, right? So it's right, it's the mixture of copper and tin. Again, I'll tell you, bro, आपको कोटि कोटि प्रणाम. So koti, ko for copper, T for tin. Got my point? So these type of tricks can be created. I'll tell you this same type of trick in the stainless steel as well. But before that, let's have a question. Next one. Which of the following does not contain silver? Which of the following doesn't contain silver? Thank you, Vikram. So if you're liking this part now, I'll be telling you now for each and every question. Fine. But at least I want that response. The thing is that I'm not getting that kind of response, so that I can go in more depth with all those examples. So yes, I will give you that trick in this question also. Don't worry. But need answer for that. Question is, which of the following does not contain silver? Is it German silver, Horn silver, ruby silver or lunar silver? What is the correct answer? But need answer in the super fast manner. We have trick also. We have to explain the trick also, so that we can understand many of the questions. Yeah. Which of the following does not contain silver? Vikramaditya is saying, sir, it would be Horn silver. See, some of the options are there which are already the ore of silver. So before that, we must remember those ores and minerals, right? Okay, no issues. But Vikramaditya is with B, that is Horn silver. Chinmay, can you give me this answer? Waiting for the answer, please. Chinmay, answer please. And Ganesh, if you are there, and all the others, if you are there in the class, please give this answer. Answer please. So, okay. Let me tell you, if I talk about this German silver doesn't have any silver. German silver is not having any kind of silver. Fine. Now, what is the trick? You must be thinking, what? Silver nahi hai. Kyun nahi hai ji? Just try to understand. Silver is not present there. Why it is not there? In Hindi, what will say? Kyun nahi hai ji? What I am saying? Kyun nahi hai ji? Right? क्यों नहीं है जी? So just try to relate. क्यों? Copper. नहीं? Nickel. G. Zinc. So these are the things that are actually present over here. So we'll have one more question. In that we'll be understanding this trick. But please remember, if I'm talking about this particular part, here you're talking about horn silver, ruby silver. So we are talking about silver chloride actually. So we can say that silver is actually there, right? But yes, in German silver, there is no such silver present. And there was a trick by which you can actually remember that. Fine. Okay, Vikramaditya, no issues, but it's important. Okay, I'll be telling you about that, but please remember German silver is the correct answer. Next, brass contains what? So brass is consisting of what? So is it copper, tin, copper, silver, copper, nickel or copper, zinc? What is the correct answer? What is the correct answer? Answer please. Chinmay is with C. That is copper and silver. Chinmay, you are with the same question, huh? The answer that you are giving. If you are giving answer for this, then I'll explain accordingly. Vikram, are you also with C or you are giving another option? Vikram is with A. That is copper zinc. That's true. So here if I talk about brass, so yeah, yeah, copper and zinc. Totally correct. Totally correct. And yes, we have Ravi here. Hello Ravi, how are you? So after a long time, huh? So yes, Ravi, how's your police going on? Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so I'll go for this brass. Please remember it is what? It is copper and zinc, right? Okay, so if I'll talk about those bells which are actually used in temples, why we actually go to temple? To get the positive energy, right? We get cozy over there. Yeah, it's good that we are at the temple. We are getting, uh, yeah, thank you for that. You're on the duty. Okay, Ravi, okay. Fine. So yes, here copper and zinc is going to be the correct answer. Next question please. Which of the following metal forms amalgam with other metals? Now is it lead, zinc, mercury or copper? What is going to be the correct answer? Okay Ravi, fine. If you have any doubt you can let me know. But serving the nation is also important. So it's good that you are serving the nation. So let me tell you about Ravi. Ravi is actually in UP Police. Happy to see you here. Yeah. So answer please. Which of the following metals forms amalgam with other metals? Is it lead, zinc, mercury or copper? So what's amalgam? Let's have a look at this part. See, whenever we'll talk about this amalgam, please remember it is what? It is actually consisting of mercury along with another metal. Now this metal can be any. Please remember, when we are talking about mercury, totally correct Vikramaditya. Awesome. So Chinmay, your answer please. So if I talk about this mercury, mercury is the part which is actually added with one more metal. And that forms amalgam. Totally correct Vikramaditya, very good. So here, if I'm talking about the amalgam, it is mercury plus another metal. Okay, so here option number C was the correct answer. Next, German silver consisting of the following metals. I have already given you that trick. I'll be telling this trick once more, but before that I want the answer. So Vikramaditya, I guess this time you will be correct. So we have knowledge ka hotspot and we have the answer mercury. That's totally correct, knowledge ka hotspot. So knowledge ka hotspot, can you give me this answer? German silver is consisting of which of the following metals? If not, don't worry, we have a trick. Okay, hotspot. So yes, Vikramaditya, hotspot, Ravi, Chinmay, everyone who's there in the session, I want to know the answer. German silver is consisting of which of the following metals? Is it copper, zinc, nickel? Is it copper, zinc, silver? Is it copper, zinc, aluminium? Or is it zinc, silver, nickel? What is the correct answer? I gave you the trick, right? So Chinmay is with C, so that is, it would be copper, zinc, aluminium. Knowledge ka hot spot is actually with A, that is copper, zinc and nickel. And Vikramaditya is also with A. Now, very good, very good. So knowledge ka hot spot is 100% true, sir, it would be A. Now I gave you the trick. Remember that trick? I don't know how many of you were there in the Hindi medium session. Thank you, Ravi, for the same, and it's good that you're serving the nation. Okay, so let's come back to a point. When I'm talking about the German silver, na, German silver is the silver which is not consisting of silver. Now, what's the trick in that? Just think, if I'm telling you German silver is not having silver, you must be thinking, sir, क्या? क्यों नहीं है जी? Silver इसमें क्यों नहीं है जी? Just try to relate this Hindi medium trick here. Sir, इसमें सिल्वर क्यों नहीं है जी? So क्यों नहीं है जी? I'm just writing for you. क्यों नहीं है जी? Right? So this is giving you the answer. What? क्यों नहीं है जी? Q is standing for copper. नहीं standing for zinc. And sorry, नहीं standing for nickel. And Z for zinc. क्यों नहीं है जी? Right? So next, yeah, totally correct hotspot. Absolutely correct. Next. The material used in electric heater is dash. Very simple question, but this question is from UP PET last year. Then it was asked in CHSL, it was asked in CGL, and yes, the most important examination, your NTPC as well. So this question was in the last 1 year, it is already asked in 4 of the examinations which I am aware of. Many of the examination would be there where it is asked. Fine. Okay. What's the problem, Chinmay? Just let me know. I'll just sort it out. Okay. So answer please. The material which is used in electric heater is what? So very simple. Just give the answer in the super fast manner. Why we are wasting time here? It's a simple one, right? So hotspot, Chinmay, Ravi. Ravi is actually on duty right now. So I'll ask Chinmay, hotspot, Vikramaditya. We have Ganesh, everyone who's there in the session. Answer please. Answer please. So hotspot is with B. Sir, it would be nichrome. And that's totally correct, Ravi. Very good, Ravi. Vikramaditya, hotspot. Awesome. When we'll talk about this nichrome, nichrome is going to be the correct answer. Please remember, electric heaters or why we are actually using them. It's obvious that its resistance is very, very high, right? Now, if I'll go with this tungsten, where it is used? In the earlier times, when these LED bulbs were not there, at that time, yeah, Vikramaditya, I know, there's actually delay of 15 to 20 seconds, I guess. But okay, if I'll go with this tungsten is actually used in bulb, right? So, okay, it is actually having high melting point. So, it's the property that is having the high melting point. That's why it was used in bulb. The gas that was used that time was argon. Remember? So, these are the questions which are asked in the examination. This nichrome is having high resistance. Okay. So, here option number B is the correct answer. Next, fuse wire is made up of which particular alloy? So, can you tell me? Fuse wire is made up of which alloy? Answer please. Fuse wire is made up of an alloy of which? Is it lead and tin? Is it tin and copper? Is it lead and copper? Or is it copper and silver? Now, I'll be asking two questions here. One is this one. One more question I'll be asking because that is from the physics part. So, first let's have a look at this question. Fuse wire is made up of which alloy? Is it lead and tin and copper, lead and copper, or copper and silver? Okay, so there's a network problem. Okay. No issues, no issues. But answer please. Fuse wire is consisting of which particular alloy? Answer. So we have Vikramaditya's answer and that's tin and copper. Okay. Tin and copper, that is option B. So what spot are you with the same answer? Ravi, Chinmay. Please remember, Vikramaditya. Remember, when we are talking about the fuse wire now, it is actually made up of lead and tin. Fine. Now, what's the fuse wire? If I talk about fuse, you must have seen this fuse in the one in the main circuit. Apart from that, if you will go into your rooms, in your rooms also there are small this particular fuses, right? So there's a wire that is actually present here. Now this wire is having high melting point or low melting point. My question is, I'm only giving two options. This wire will be having high melting point or low melting point. What's the correct answer? Answer. Totally correct. Hotspot. Absolutely correct. So yes, my question is, if I'm talking about this fuse wire, which is actually made up of lead and tin, so can you tell me that it is having high melting point or low melting point? What is the correct answer? Yeah. Okay. So yes, answer please. Okay, no issues, Vikramaditya, no issues. But it's good that you are aware of this answer. But I want this answer. Fuse wire will be having low melting point or high melting point. This is the question which was asked in your CHSL examination. Again, a previous year question. All the questions are from the previous year part. Please give me this answer and try to give this answer. Please remember, but I want this answer from you. Only then I'll explain. Yeah, Vikramaditya, hotspot, Chinmay, can you answer this? Fuse wire that is made up of lead and tin, is it having high melting point or low melting point? No one? Okay, I'll explain. See, this fuse wire is actually having low melting point. Why? Because in case it is heated up, so it can easily burn and this circuit can easily break. Fine. Because of that, it is actually made in such a manner that it can easily melt. No, Vikramaditya, if it will be having high melting point now, then at that time when the temperature will reach very high, only then it will melt. Until then, all the systems which are there at our home, all the electric appliances will actually melt. No, please remember, it will be having low melting point. Please try to understand this part. What I'm saying, if it will be heated up, it should break, right? If it will not break, what will happen? The circuit will be complete and this electricity supply would be there, because of which all the electric appliances which are at your home will actually burn or they'll melt, right? So at this time, we require such a alloy which will be having low melting point. Because of that, what is going to happen? In case there is any kind of issue, that is, whenever temperature is rising, it can easily melt and circuit can break. Got my point? We'll again discuss about it again when we'll be having the physics session, that is the mixed question session. But right now, please try to understand this part. Okay, so yes, we were talking about fuse wire, which is made up of lead and tin. Next, stainless steel is an alloy of what? Now we have a trick again. So we have a trick again. Stainless steel is an alloy of what? So answer please. So answer please. Yeah. So Ravi, Vikramaditya, Knowledge God Spot, Chinmay, everyone who's there in the session, I want the answer please. Answer. And don't worry, we have an awesome trick again. But if you will not give answer, how can I give the trick? Answer please. I guess I'm not getting your comments. Should I just check it out? Okay, I'm waiting for your answer. Till then, yeah. So knowledge God Spot, I have received the comment. That means everything is working well. And was that concept clear of low melting point and high melting point? I guess I was able to explain. If you are having any doubt, please let me know. Okay, so stainless steel is an alloy of what? Now let's have a look. If I talk about the stainless steel, there's a property of stainless steel. What's that? The property of stainless steel is it is never going to rust. This stainless steel will never rust. This means whatever Vikramaditya is saying, sir, it would be B. Knowledge God Spot was C. Okay. So what I was saying that stainless steel is the one which never rusts. So what all things that we are using? We are using our utensils, right? Where we can talk about glass, we can talk about plate, and it's not that glass. I'm talking about the vessel in which we drink water and all. Okay, so glass, plates, in short, I can talk about utensils or vessels. So all these glass plates which are made up of stainless steel, do they rust? No. If just think of the scenario. If I brought a glass which is made up of iron, if I'm using that water on the daily basis, if I'm using that water, this glass, and I'm drinking water using this on the daily basis, on the third day or on the second day itself, it will start to rust. Why? Because for the rusting, what is required? For the rusting, we require the material should be of iron, there should be oxygen, there should be water. And all these conditions will be met if I am using any iron material. But if I am using this stainless material, in Hindi I will say what? कि फिकर नहीं है कोई फिकर नहीं है कि जिंदगी भर जब तक स्टेनलेस स्टील का ग्लास चलेगा जंग नहीं लगेगी. You remember that part? There was a slogan, जब तक रहेगा समोसे में आलू. So okay, I'll just request them to get my comments. Sorry, there was a lagging of comment. Okay, so let me explain this part, then I'll just ask them. Okay, so there was a trick which I wanted to tell you. फिकर नहीं है कोई फिकर नहीं है कि इसमें जंग लग जाएगी, right? That there would be rusting. I don't have any kind of फिकर. देखो, what I'm writing? फिकर नहीं है कोई. What I'm saying? फिकर नहीं है कोई. Where? फिकर, फी, iron, कर, chromium, नी, nickel, कोई, carbon dioxide. Can you relate it with it? This. So yes, what is the answer? So here we can say that, what's that? फिकर नहीं है कोई. So it would be chromium, carbon, iron, and yes, we have nickel also, which is not there in the option. I guess you can now relate with this point. Until then, I'll be just asking them why I'm getting comments quite late. Till then, I want thumbs up from everyone if you have got this answer. Wait a while, I'll just ask for the comments. So yes, have you received this point? I guess because I'm not getting your comments right now, I have actually asked the team. They are just checking the issue. What's the issue there? Okay, so if you have cleared this concept, so we have answer here. Fikar nahi hai koi. That is chromium, carbon, and iron. Next. Next is heating of ore in the absence of air below its melting point is called what? So is it leaching, roasting, smelting, or calcination? What is the correct answer? My question is, heating of the ore in the absence of air below its melting point is called what? But before that, before getting your answer, I want that comment. Have you understood the previous logic which I explained of figure nahi hai koi, because I have not received any response from you till now. And then I can explain this part. This is again an important question where all these four options are very important for the examination. These are very, very important. Why it is repeatedly asked? Either first or second, any of the option can be actually used, and then this definition is asked. Very important. Okay, so we were talking about heating of ore in the absence of air below its melting point is called what? Is it leaching, roasting, smelting, or calcination? So yes, we have the answer from Vikramaditya, and Vikramaditya is with option D. That is calcination. Now for this type of question, just have a look at two words. There are two words which are given here. Now which one are they? First of all, you have to go with the question where it is written absence of air, right? And then you have to go to the point where it is written melting, below its melting point. These two things are important. And when we are talking about this absence of air and below its melting point, please remember, in this condition your correct answer is going to be calcination. But if someone is asking you where in the presence of air and above its melting point, in the presence of air above its melting point, here you will talk about roasting. Fine. So I'm just telling you here what is going to happen. Heating of the ore in the absence of air below its melting point. We have received the answer. So I'll be explaining all those explanations now. Just have a look. If I talk about leaching, what is that? It is a process of extracting a substance from a solid material that is dissolved in a liquid. That is, if any of the substance, solid material that is dissolved in the liquid, and you are extracting that particular process is leaching. First one. And please remember, all those four options are important. Now I was talking about roasting. In roasting, what was happening? It is the process of metallurgy where ore is converted into its oxide by heating above its melting point in the presence of excess of air. Just have a look. It's totally different from calcination. In calcination, what was happening? In the calcination part, we were melting below its melting point and in the absence of air. But in roasting, it's in the presence of excess of air and above its melting point. So this is what? This is actually your roasting. Now if I talk about smelting, smelting is a process of fusing an ore with a carbon or reducing agent in order to produce a metal. What's that? Again I'll say, in smelting you are fusing an iron ore, you are fusing an ore with carbon or any reducing agent in order to produce a metal. So we have understood metallurgy where we were producing metals, right? So yes, we have four different solutions for that, where we can talk about roasting, calcination, we can talk about leaching, or we can talk about smelting. Are all these 4 points clear? Everyone, if these 4 points are clear, then we can just wind up. But if you have any doubt, please let me know. Are these points clear, everyone? So yes, what is the correct answer here? We were discussing about calcination, where we will be talking about its heating of the ore in the absence of air and below its melting point. So the correct answer is calcination. Okay, so now in the evening we'll be meeting between 6 to 7. Till then, what we have studied today, let me tell you, we have started with a session with this metallurgy part, right? Tomorrow we'll be understanding metals, non-metals, and we'll be bringing this table as well. In the evening session, let's see, we'll be going with the CGL part. So today we understood that we were talking about 118 elements which are present in the modern periodic table, which yes, Vikramaditya told in the starting. So this concept actually originated in the mind of Mendeleev, which was where several issues were there. Actually, Mendeleev was using the logic of atomic masses, where Moseley told that we are going to use the concept of atomic numbers. All the elements were arranged in the increasing order in the increasing order of their atomic numbers. In those elements, we were having metals, we were having non-metals, and even we can talk about metalloids over there. Now, metals are the ones which are donating the electrons, and non-metals are the ones which are accepting the electrons. Now, if I talk about metallurgy, metallurgy is the process from which you are actually extracting these metals, right? So yes, from where you are extracting that, that is actually known as ores. That's why we discussed, for example, if I talk about iron, iron is extracted from somewhere, right? So what is that? It is actually a hematite, correct? So in this similar manner, we discussed about several of the ores. Now, if I go with this alloy part, alloy is what? It is actually the combination of one or so life science class. Chinmay, actually we will be having life sciences class after finishing this chemistry from the next week's ending. That is after the Diwali part, we will be starting with the bio again. Actually, we started with the bio with some of the basic questions. Now we will be keeping some of the harder questions as well and from the previous year's sessions. Fine. So you need to wait for a week, because in this week we will be completing chemistry and then we will be starting with the mixed question of physics, chemistry, bio. Okay, Chinmay? Okay. So what I was saying, I was talking about this metals, non-metals, then we were talking about alloys. So in that alloy, we discussed all those tricks, right? German silver. क्यों नहीं है जी? Copper, nickel, zinc. In the similar manner, if I talk about stainless steel, we were talking about फिकर नहीं है कोई. That is iron, nickel. Remember that part? Chromium, carbon. So yes, all these are the tricks which can be used in the examination. And still, if you have any kind of doubt, comment section is there. We have class every day between 12 to 1 for this other SSC examinations, and for the CGL in the evening 6 to 7. We can meet there. So hotspot is back. So hotspot, we will be meeting in the evening between 6 to 7 for the SSC CGL classes, and tomorrow 12 to 1 for all the other SSC examinations, which includes Steno, Chsl and all. Okay. So bye bye everyone. Please take care. For any sort of doubt, comment section is always for you. Bye bye. Enjoy.